You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
We look for the news with the around. Log into Liberty TV online. Positively we bring the change. They get the masses involved. Staffs them everywhere, everywhere. We climb the mountain just to get the news. We go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, hey. Our voices go. Hi, yeah, hey. Credibility, now we ability. News, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. We human them, girl picking, there's a get the power. He count on me, he count on we anyhow. Give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them. Government issues, democracy, now we not the answer. Human them, girl begin the security power. Make it call on me, count on me anyhow. Liberty we ride, like an eagle we fly. Liberty TV day before. We climb the mountain just to get the news. Go down the slums to get the views. Hi, yeah, voices down. Hi, yeah, give the news, give the views, the tell where you want them.
Good morning and welcome to the first edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, with the stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also now our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will they bring the program come to you this Monday morning. Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba. Good morning. Today is Monday, the 24th day of February 2025. And inside this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show today, we can't talk about the outcome of the Lawyers Society, the AGM, where they be all this PMTM. Also, we see they don't do election and get a new executive. Waiting at the plans of this society and waiting and plan for do under the leadership of Augustine Sorie Sengbe-Marrah, when the president will then go elect. Now that's what they discuss on this that's what we discuss on this edition of the Liberty Breakfast Show.
Well, you say for the watch you want for no more, but waiting the Lawyers Society of Sierra Leone, waiting at the main mission as an organization. You go know inside the program. Send we your message to the number +23274 200 545. You can send that message via WhatsApp. Or you can as well drop your message now any of the channel them we do watch with this morning. Well, as you hear from my colleague, today we can look at the Lawyer Society. As we all know, they've been gathered at New York, this BNTM, from Thursday, Friday, outside they've been do their first AGM from where they form this particular organization. Well, waiting na the way forward for the organization, waiting at some of the major things that we don't plan for do for push the organization go before. Now the studio this morning will get the just elected president, we now be also the interim president for the organization. We now Augustine Sorie Sengbe-Marrah with we na the studio this morning. Good morning, Mr. President.
Thank you for having me. I think I'm a very first interview this officially. Maybe because we believe in liberty and freedom and democracy.
All right, thank you. Well, firstly, let we look at the organization. But before we can look at the organization, the work on a plan for can do, and the newly elected executive quickly, let we just look at another issue.
All right, so they look at the reports where Alhassan Kuruma do as been witness the AGM where the lawyer society been all, and from there we go can talk to the president, let we know the plans them where the organization gets. Let we just go back and look Usai Alhassan Kuruma been doing at the AGM.
The Lawyers Society been holding first annual general meeting outside the theme of the AGM, now the role of lawyers in democratic governance. The event been start with condolence, where the interim president, Augustine Sorie been give for sake of the pass away of the late Emmanuel Shares Moses, where according to the president, now be a senior lecturer and lawyer where plenty students them don't pass through Nafrabi College. The interim vice president of the Lawyers Society, Waraseri Kamal, where he been the talk, he said the Lawyers Society then form as a result of waiting happen na Kenema.
This society was born. I have been in the bar in Sierra Leone since 2011 I was born. And I can honestly say to you that I have been to many bar association dinners and events. I've participated, but I've never been so proud to be a lawyer and to be in a room of like-minded people who refuse to allow their views, their values, and their democratic credentials to be questioned.
With the implementation of the law and how the lawyers and feel safe return for be planned better and free from noise or clear the right of way. Even Aki Sawyer didn't get this for see.
It's always a refresher. And he went on to Article 14, which basically said, don't take any of that seriously. What we're facing in Freetown is a question of failure for us to have laws that make sense. So in the same way that you mentioned that those who are responsible for the drafting of this constitution, the learned ladies and gentlemen who spent time writing out all of those wonderful clauses of sovereignty in Article 2, and then went on to say, but really it doesn't matter, is what we're also facing in respect of the challenges of the city.
Joseph Fitzgerald Kamara, na the first time Attorney General and a senior lawyer na Salone. Inside in young talk, he said today na day we lawyers them for stand for within a right or wrong.
We're here to celebrate what is right over what is wrong. We witness what happened in Kenya. Those of us here present resisted what the right was. Today is the day that justice has prevailed. They stopped us at the bridge with the chalk. We prevailed. They used chemical weapons against us like tear gas. We prevailed. They stopped us in Rome from celebrating the birthday of Poland. We prevailed.
Basita Michael have been first and president of the Salon Bar Association. Inside in your statement, they talk on the theme, the role of lawyers in democratic governance.
By the party, they know what the dealers can make for selected food and politicians. Right? The legal profession is judged by its struggles to uphold the rule of law, to uphold the integrity of the profession, and to maintain standards. And I want to say, in our book, that is what you represent.
The keynote speaker, Faith A.M. Oyambo from Kenya, talk about how important a day for lawyers them na Africa for collaborate and uphold the rule of law and for ensure say them promote democracy.
The formation of the Sierra Leone Law Society is a powerful step towards building regional solidarity. Together as African lawyers, we can amplify our voices, share strategies, and support one another in our fight for justice and good governance. The society may be young by the fact that we celebrated the past year, but never underestimate the power of a young voice. Remember, it was David who brought it down to life, not through force or might, with precision and courage. In the same spirit, the Sierra Leone Law Society may be, but with clarity of purpose and unity, we will move mountains. And I must say that even the challenges we had in our country in last June, it is because of the young voices of our members of the law that came out in huge numbers to offer themselves and to support efforts that went around police stations.
The interim president of the Lawyers Society, Augustine Sorie, end up for call on all lawyers in Salone for ensure say them fights for democracy and uphold the rule of law, as plenty people across the country believe in lawyers them as them na the pillar for democracy, and therefore ensure say them protect the 1991 constitution when a tool for them as lawyers them. For Liberty Online TV, Alhassan Kuma the report.
All right, that's a report where Alhassan Koma puts together, but waiting be happen at the first day of the first AGM where Lawyer Society Sierra Leone be all outside and discuss the way forward for the organization and self being pick a new executive way for on the affairs of the Lawyer Society Sierra Leone. Well, we get to the studio the president, when Augustine Sorie Sengbe-Marrah, we can tell we waiting at the way forward and how he plan for lead the organization. But quickly, let's go back to what happened at York based on the report and other self clips them what they out there. Speaker after speaker state and clearly say this organization born out of the things them we be upon a Kenima, we on all been go as lawyers, we na the bar association, the parents body for owner or lawyer them. We supposed forget the same AGM owner also, but because of issues being come, una not be able to forget that AGM day. One question we don't discuss to many Sierra Leonean them. Now how come una as lawyer, una not able to settle una differences rather than forming a parallel organization?
Thank you very much, Khadija. For start from the very beginning, and it's always good for a comprehensive perspective. So before Kenema, and I want to dwell very quickly on Kenema because we have a new organization and we get future plans. But before Kenema, as you would know, that almost all lawyers, once you, so for the Bar Association, it's almost automatic. They now get like an application process. Once they call you to the bar, you become a member of the Bar Association. So just to be clear, we all, with the Lawyer Society, they also not the Bar Association. So not all like say members they don't left Bar Association. Because I don't hear either misconception a lot around. So not all Bar Association no go formula, you know. Members of the Lawyer Society are also members of the Bar Association. But the fact of the matter is, we didn't accord with what you would call the purported leadership of the Bar Association. So once that court case is done, the overarching vision of members now that we for make the Bar Association fit for purpose. Because waiting them create them for now for let them uphold democratic standards and values. Right? So before Kenema happened, and by the way, I've always made this point that waiting happened at York reflect truly waiting for happen at AGM. We gather over 400 lawyers. Not one police was present for control or so. That notion they say the lawyer society in a disruptive group, not correct. So as a matter of fact, we make all the disruption and chaos in the happen. Now because state powers mean they send the police on lawyers. We mean just they meet for then advance their own purpose. So before we go Kenema, me personally as lawyer for Julian Cole in the matter we apply. Say one, let we get meeting with IG so we can map out security for lawyers. Not just standing, but also we say Kenema too far, especially young lawyers them. And then the accommodation not enough for contain all the lawyers in a Kenema. It will be so difficult for let somebody sleep in a boat, get for short to go Kenema. All of those were put before the judge. But the judge in the wisdom, no grants with them prayers. Thirdly, we also are say, send me the list of all the ones that we qualify for votes, so we can verify that at least 72 hours before the election. We are also not giving. So all of them omissions and the nine lead to waiting happen. That disruptive AGM will make elections not all at all. So we will come back. Quite honestly, if we follow, we'll come back. We've been desire say we would sanitize the Bar Association. So members them given powers under the Companies Act being set up a caretaker body. With that body, they own mandates now for it being sanitize the bar so that they go call proper AGM and their all elections. Unfortunately, as we set up that caretaker body day, 9 and carry gonna court. Before that caretaker body, when they follow the incidents at New Bookfields Hotel. We go, we book New Bookfields Hotel, then threaten them, etc., etc. Eventually, we go there, then lock the all power. So lawyers stood out, and then we hold the AGM. They almost now the open rain, mean they come that 10 day, but lawyers were defiant. Say we want for make sure say we follow the law, and then members them will, obviously prevail. Long story short, after we set up that caretaker committee, we've been comprised of very senior lawyers. Unfortunately, I attended a funeral yesterday. Now, one panic caretaker body members and pass, late Mr. Musa Nukama, let God rest in soul. Unfortunately, once we form the very purported executive go to court for go stop that caretaker body they for operate. We mean say, so members then come and say, look up, we live in a democracy where freedom of association is allowed. Let we form a new body now where in own dedication for uphold the rule of law and cater for the welfare of members. But the distinction where I want for draw between the Bar Association and the Lawyer Society. So the Bar Association are only for those who qualify for practice law na salon. The Lawyer Society in bring Sierra Leoneans we qualify for practice outside Sierra Leone. But even Sierra Leoneans we not even practice, we not even qualify for practice and salon, but they practice law in other countries. They are now eligible to become members of the Lawyer Society. So what we do, bring sons and daughters across the world. So we all can sit down under one platform and talk about democracy. Right? We also adopt the constitution. And mind you, the constitution very clear. If you are a government appointee, you would not be a member, executive member. If you get government contract, you would not be an executive member. So get boku restrictions. Because what you want for do, now for ensure say, the one the way they lead we not get any other considerations other than leading the association. So all of this put together, now that make we say the Lawyer Society not to a parallel group. What we intend for do now follow get various players in the legal mix so that we all can work together. By the way, not a Lawyer Society no more there's legal organization. We get lawyers. We have that association for women, female lawyers. We get Legal Link. We get several other legal professional bodies them as well. So what in lawyer society don't do now for ensure say we bring sons and daughters both at home and abroad under a common umbrella for advance a common purpose.
So currently, as we talk now, what's not the strength of the lawyers society?
It's over 400 members. Over 400 members. The membership.
For the one them we no attendees, perhaps they're not members or not, but question me don't they come, why of all the places around the city, the society been choose for go all the way York for go do on a AGM?
So two things, because the AGM have been 2 day, and because we may need accommodation, we cannot say for some reason we wanted to do Bintumani, but remember say all the hotels around Bintumani quite expensive. We also think about younger lawyers them we not get a means say, and also York because strategically the hall will use the new hall. We've been Lekam, it gets spacious accommodation for parking, could comfortably park over 200 cars. Then he gets all the other accommodation the way they are around, being able for host and accommodate the many lawyers the way attend. So we also wanted to move out of the city because we know let police things say once you see 100, 200 lawyers now, they want for good and find means for good. But you know, thanks to God, we able to organize and run through that 2 day. We not see any police not come around there, and there was no need for police because members, lawyers them conducting affairs them in an orderly manner, right? Where they tell you say all the other incidents and they where they try to characterize the lawyer society as a disruptive group. Not true. As a matter of fact, now because police presence and the heavy-handedness on the part of police, now they cause the incidents and they.
Augustine, before we can talk about your plans for the association, your executive, let me talk about major emerging issues then we come up, especially from outside that they will not to lawyer them. Since when I gather in New York to now, I should say you say don't they follow trends, people don't they ask questions, everybody get your opinion about the society. Absolutely. One popular opinion now that on always move go to the lawyer society, now people them where them perceive say align with the opposition APC party, and the one the way left now people who them perceive say get alignment with the ruling government. We clearly show say a lot of people only believe say una as lawyers them una supposed to be like a pressure group, but una don't allow politics for going say una and divide.
No, I think people already make them comments and they're mistaken. I mean personally, if you follow me on trend, more people and things say are more sympathetic with SLPP by virtue of one, me alliances and then friendship with Boku people away then at the regime. But the fact of the matter is, I've always said to people that waiting happen will cause the formation of the lawyer society. Now that incident is specifically we for look at, right? Wrongs were committed. Democratic standards were betrayed, and because of that one day, people come together. People are across all aisles, you know, across all parties. If you attend the AGM day, was surprised for see people from all people who know say the SLPP, people who know say the neutral, people who know say the APC. They all come together and say we cannot allow the legal profession for sink further down. We cannot allow waiting happen at Kenema for then characterize who we are. So waiting people and they try for do now for paint the lawyer society as an opposition extension, which is not correct. Now make us say if then people and they lack honesty, then go first condemn waiting happen at Kenema rather than turning to label an organization. We envision and in statements say out here and there. We say we want to be the foremost watchdog of democracy. And I know say during the AGM, speaker after speaker, they lament the sorry state of the democracy. So now that makes lawyer society come about. For say we get so much work for do for with democracy. So then one day when they talk, say, oh, now opposition group, etc., you know, that's not correct. Because if you look at me, look at many other people within at the society, if you follow its track record, you go no say at no point, and I've made this point, that me not a member of any political party, but I will also emphasize, say, we members and get rights for belong to any political party. The only thing where they not get rights, once you are a leader in any political party, once you get executive position in any political party, you would not lead the lawyers society. That will make it clear. Once you get any retainership with government, you would not lead the lawyers society. That we emphasize them. So that misconception and this notion, saying opposition group, is not correct at all. Now lawyers, they will want for advance and play their role in a democracy.
The choice of speakers then, how una been select the one them way for the speakers now this particular event, because now one concern that they came from the public we make them not get perception about the society. How una select on speakers?
So absolutely, and by the way, we invite beaucoup people in our shop, notably the Chief Justice of the Republic. We not only invite him, me and the interim executive go meet him. We say, in addition to the written invitation, we don't come for verbally ask you also for attend. Because now you're the head of the judicial branch of government. It's significant. If we get such a group, we get hundreds of lawyers who want to recognize your place as head of the judiciary. We not only do that, we go meet the Attorney General, who can call the titular head of the bar. Right? We're not like entitled and they in charge of the bar. We go meet them. In addition to and all them people here will be listed down as speakers, right? In addition to the chairman of General Legal Council, with the General Legal Council and they give certificates and the discipline lawyers as well. So all these persons we send invitation and they will list them down as speakers. In addition to one Supreme Court judge, where we also list at the program, and Marcella Samba-Sise, right? So obviously, once you're in an event, big people show up, you would give them their recognition. So on the first day, what we did, the past president of the bar, because believe you me, let me say this, there's only one bar, right? So the bar association different from the Sierra Leone bar. The bar, when they call you to the bar, it's that place where they give rights for talking at court and they give you rights for be called a lawyer. You can now go to any association. You can now choose that they go bar association or go lawyer society or go both, right? So the past bar president, you know, on the first day, I mean, obviously, if you don't invite beaucoup people and you see, say, 2/3 not show up, it means you're left with very few people. So in fact, the bar presidents, they were listed to speak on the second day when I've been closed session. Because every of AGM, the second day are closed, and just lawyers. And then we can talk about we own internal politics now, concerns and waiting happen. Oh no, I let the public hear because on 10 and day, you know, one for wash you dirty linens in public. But since we see, say, the program for start at 10, we were organized. I mean, as a matter of fact, me and Vice President Madam Seri Kamal bin, they take 3 a.m. We make sure say we set everything, we go sleep. Before 8 starts, we don't reach. Follow starts at 9. But one, we understand, say, the place being far. So people let me take them time for reach. By the time we start, now been 12 o'clock. We will be intend for start at 10. So we run 2 hours late. But also, I mean, not so we per se mean, you know, now because if you organize a program, people not can quick, you can sit down wait for people. So by 12, we still not get most of the speakers, maybe 70-80%. So we just say instead of the past presidents then speak on the second day, we bring them forward. And then we may get other dignitaries, notably the mayor of Freetown, where as a matter of fact, I have been the first dignitary we arrived on time, and she sat there for over 2 hours waiting for the event. So after all of that, right, we been thinking, say, she deserves recognition. So the tell call the past president and they will also invite them for make what we call a goodwill statement. Goodwill statements are basically are there, are wishing her well in whatever one they do. That was the point. So we had the chairperson, we call the past president, and then we also call the mayor of Freetown and Madam Marcella Sambasise, where Imbing gets a whole session designed for her in the afternoon, where we also be asking for make which we will call a goodwill statement. So now that one is so in terms of the choice of speakers, we be restrict them to legal persons, people who hold various positions that the legal sphere. But because of circumstances beyond we control, i.e. they not show up, we don't know why they show up. So we may get for say, you know, it's low improvise. Low bring the speakers the two let them come speak so that you know we get chairperson in one green day. Right? Because Marcella, in fact, are in the afternoon. So that the chairperson no more for the day because all the speakers listed for the morning not show up. And also I hope we'll get time for talk about the keynote speaker with the app with them.
Yeah, because now that's I just want to ask. See whilst una be doing a countdown for the AGM, una even put a flyer and put Faith from Kenya saying that the keynote speaker, but at some point it decide for the one virtually.
Yes. So apparently what happened 2 days before the event, Madam Faith Odiambo, when a president of the Kenyan Law Society, where that law society they do tremendously well in Kenya for challenge government excesses and call government when they go out of order. So we decide to go first face somebody, invite somebody, we represent waiting we they aspire for. We represent with the very ideal same on which we build this organization. So we carefully select them. Unfortunately, two days to the event, they reach out to me for say the acting ambassador of Salon to Kenya personally go to an office and go deliver a disturbing message where the acting ambassador, they quote the secretary to president, Emmanuel Gaima, for say if the keynote speaker come na Salon, she would not be assured of her safety and security. And that waiting the group will invite them one time for can do and for can steer political revolution. You know, such really terrible notion, but waiting we they do. You know, pretty much for say if you come, you go steer political unrest.
So why you think say people in government they perceive on a group for be this kind of group? Is it the composition of members the way in the society?
No, it's not. I think it's because of government. Because government they feel say once then they do bad. Once you they do bad, you bring, for example, they say if which day you bring a Yobo man, you not go likely a Yobo man. So now that's not the thing. So lawyer society, then they perceive them as this Yobo for government. We go can call government out. We go can expose government in excesses. So then they go all out before this Yobo man reach. Let we ensure say you not reach at all. So that's how, and we also talk that one day during the two. Broadly, but how government they ensure say they stifle dissenting voices. How government they go out of in way for shrink that space there. Because we call this woman for say can't talk to lawyers, but they enroll in democratic governance. How do they get for do with political revolution? Nobody no know. For let you acting ambassador go physically to be keynote speaker. You go cast doubt in a mind as to insecurity. And then they eventually make the keynote speaker say, look up, Kenya no get embassy in a salon. I no ever can salon. I no get post in a salon. So it go be very dangerous for la go na a terrain where no less a person but secretary to president don't send information say if I can a country, I would not be welcome and my safety and security would be in jeopardy.
So after that particular information, because these are some serious allegations for a whole president for the bar in Kenya, once for come for be keynote speaker na but to get a visit from the Sierra Leone Deputy High Commission to Kenya.
Acting ambassador.
Acting ambassador, sorry. So Kenya for say they no guarantee of insecurity. Una try for clarify, for really verify this particular information for no waiting na the issue.
Not only me, but some other person, a part of we leadership group, reach out to the Attorney General. Me personally reach out to the Attorney General for asking whether that did have been an official government position. You know, the Attorney General been denied, said that not to any official government position. Unfortunately, we request from the Attorney General for they put them content in writing. That request was not granted. So even the keynote speaker been say at some point, if you may get any confirmation in writing from the government of Sierra Leone, say they assure him of insecurity if I don't come. Unfortunately, we tried, but we could not get that confirmation. So she decided then for later one virtually, which she did. But the point I'm making is that it's very, very sad that we have a government where they go out of the way all the time for make sure say then silence them people away their own duty and for call them out on the excesses. And then critical voices and they are needed in any democracy. And any government where they do right go be excited when anybody they come say one for can speak on the role of lawyers in democratic governance. Because the more lawyers and can contribute to governance, the more the country they go before. So why would the government go out of its way? Because for me, if an acting ambassador don't go speak, it means they speak on behalf of the executive branch of government. Because ambassadors are the representative of a country in another country. And if you go there and quote the secretary to president, it means there are some directive from above. So all of them, they play into this narrative that we have a very troubled governance. And at that day, the lawyer society don't come for let we ensure say we speak clearly, openly about some of them challenges there, where we governance the face. We make journalists able to do their work. We make foreign journalists go come and then they report say then travel return by boat or ferry in a net for they go out of the country. All of the incidents here put together, they tell you say we have a very challenging governance system. And I make lawyers and say we no one for let the right other TRC reports, don't they say lawyers were silent. No. We want let them, God forbid, if there is going to be any other TRC, God forbid, lawyers would not be seen as being complicit in the wrongs. We want to be very clear, say we own role, and for ensure say the democracy would agree saying a democracy would practice. This experiment, we practice them, we be compliant with the fundamentals of democracy. So we would not sit idly by, let the executive branch of government betray standards, would agree, democratic dictates would agree in the constitution. Freedom of speech and expression is guaranteed. Whether you're a Sierra Leonean or a foreign national, once you're invited into the states legally, you should be given that opportunity to speak freely about any aspect of governance in Sierra Leone.
Augustine, from all of the things the owner don't go through, from where una be decide say una the whole emergency meeting, our new book Fields Police go they been disrupt time onto this moment, una organizing una AGM with all of the things that will happen behind the scene, onto the point allegedly the secretary to president give instructions say una keynote speaker not for calm. It clearly shows say una they face tough resistance from government. And you just make mention say lawyer society come for can speak against the ill the way government they do and bad governance.
Absolutely.
How you plan for run this executive with all this resistance from government?
Thank you. So I think we made the points that we not to opposition group. So we now set out for be an opposition outfit, meaning we own duty not to criticize government all the time. We're ready for work with government. Now that make even before the AGM, what we do, go meet the Attorney General. We invite all the ministers them, we na lawyers them, we invite the Speaker of Parliament. When I say, we can't get a conversation. Because at some point, we all need for sit down and say, whose kind of country we want. Now this kind of country we want, with 5 years, one set of people in the camp and enrich themselves and then impoverish the rest of we. Now this kind of country we want, will not say the basics of life not guaranteed. You grab the money, you're not even sure whether you will get water. You grab the money, you're not sure about whether you get light. Now this kind of country we want for hand over to we picking them, a country we chaotic, a country we lawless, a country where we are not sure of the future. So we want to invite all the players them. Part of we plan, now follow we reason together with government. Now follow we tell government say no pa or ma, we not think say for go down this road. In a manner we respectful, in a manner we orderly, and in a manner we tolerant. We no want for unnecessarily come offend government. But if we must, we will. Because as far as the constitution of this country is concerned, neither the highest law. So everybody's subject to the constitution. So any side will see say they don't betray the standards with the constitution set, we go call out government. Mind you, I have promised that the law society no go after personalities. What we go get for focus on now on issues. We know that speaker after speaker don't lament with state of governance. Where the war done, we understand say them build boku institutions for let them come man and guard with democracy. Unfortunately, there is some of the institutions they don't cave into pressure because of executive excesses. So we own idea and we mission now for ensure say we restore the confidence of the people in the constitution of Sierra Leone by which we do and how we collaborate or oppose to or and critique the excesses of government.
You think so we're not able to succeed for achieve this goal if the outstanding issue between UNA and the Salon Bar Association not be resolved?
No, so maybe I think I don't make this point say Bar Association and Lawyers Society not get issue at all. Members of the Bar Association I then get problem with them leaders. So that's a Bar Association issue. Would they do work? So for example, even if all team done at the Bar Association, the Lawyers Society don't create it now as an institution. We bring together both lawyers we practice, we qualify for practice in salon and elsewhere. Because the Bar Association is restricted. So we don't get any issue whatsoever. As a matter of fact, you know, say we invite the president of the bar, where we recognize as Madam Michaela Swallow. We invite her, we'll send you a letter.
But it clearly should say divided because Bar Association just hold dinner. Una dinner the society no attend.
No, so members in the society we pay for the dinner attend.
Then yes. But
just me then a court, so I can't attend with the executive, purported executive organizer. Then a court. Then it go be a blow to the lawyers that they argue on me in part. So most people their idea that within a court. Today, if case done, we gladly with the justice of the matter. Tomorrow, have Bar Association called dinner. Now we go there before. Because we don't tell members that for continuing for being members of the Bar Association. And I make you not see any resignation. So I'm still a member of the Sierra Leone Bar Association. You only to reject now the current set of people and small set of people that we parade around Sierra Leone leaders. Now their members are rejecting you are not our leaders. But then the Lawyers Society come for compliments the bar. But that Bar Association, they forget correct leadership where they vote for. Not to leadership where they vote for from the ground. For where they take ballot papers and put them. Or where they conjure up numbers, from the air. So now that make the Lawyers Society separate and distinct from the Bar Association. And we all hold the mandates where we members and give it, say, let we ensure say we own key function now for uphold the rule of law. Now for where journalists and the members say, who therefore can talk about this rule of law and democracy? They not forget any doubt saying that the Lawyers Society first of all dial
They not go ask yourself, say, wait la consult first. When you call, we would speak right there and then in a language where you not go feel say we'll begin watch yourself over the shoulders. We want to be clear that if government does right, we'll pat them on the back. If government does wrong, we not go see white to begin call and say, maybe now off white or pink. No. If we see white, we will say this is an emphatic white. If we see black, we will say this is not black. We would not sit on the fence. We can't to the will of the people. We would not sit on the fence. If we see an issue, we'll be very clear about it. Because we want to let the people of Sierra Leone be assured that they get people away as fighters for democracy. Because for far too long, and I've always made this point, that's where you not get credible people away they talk for democracy. Unconventional voices go arise and fill that space there. We know how they arise. We know how come lost with country to people them we not mean well for democracy. Now this make the lawyer society don't come, don't elect and force executive with your mission and a mandate now for ensure say we be the foremost watchdog for democracy.
You trust say the justice system at the end of this case go give justice to this matter?
Well, that's enough for the Bar Association. As far as Lawyers Society, we don't set sail. We don't begin with work. So whatever happens to the bar, we will then assess, right? If, for example, you say the outcome not favorable, we can appeal. But the mission, now that all legal bodies them, then get for work for the people of Sierra Leone. We don't see them for far too long. Boku wrong say no happen on society. We lawyers them for don't speak up. Sometimes we not for the issues how we did so. If lawyers had spoken up, 10 years ago or so, remember say the sacking of this Sam Sumana. Now then 10 and the lawyers begin the spring up. Say no begin talk. So the expectation was once we get a change of government, that previous government will be do all them bad them, we for don't get a change in the tide. Unfortunately, most of the lawyers that women they foremost in opposition to the past government, now they now take power and become the very persons the way them they oppose, the very persons the way them they criticize. So for far too long, we've been allowed that status quo there for continue. But lawyers have said no. We are now standing up. We are now calling a spade a spade.
How una plan for succeed? Because the same colleagues that we just make mention say the 10 the way the same bad things then back be happen, then be they the opposing views, then get their opinion then by then. Now the same colleagues they again, they part of this system now, where you say did society come for can speak against bad governance and other things them. How una go able for succeed in doing all of this?
I think say one, we are a democratic and a legal organization. So we'll not go employ any violent means, unconstitutional means. We're going to ensure say we employ the laws of this country. We're going to ensure say we employ all means necessary for let we ensure say government listen we and we get government for do the right thing. Right? I know say boku people and skeptical but with justice system. But we also will ensure say we put the justice system now the spotlight. If we file papers after papers, they not assign them, we go tell the public. If they assign them to judge when they deliver ruling, we go tell the public. We go inform the public because the best way you can make a government unpopular, now when you inform the public about things the way that they do. So if we file papers, we know they get any way, we go inform the public. Because we know say ultimately, now the public now get that power the way the next round of elections come for let them vote based on what the government do or what the governments not do. Right? So one would employ advocacy, robust advocacy. Would ensure say we'll not go be organization wait and say, they will doubt them if they go can't talk to. We'll not say any journalist, any media house we call the lawyer society. They not say they are assured of honesty, truth, and fearlessness.
How na plan for do this advocacy na a space where many people perceive say na a tight space for freedom of speech and advocacy?
I think that we very intention now for push back under restraints, because many time why make authoritarian regimes and they thrive now because once they close in, people are now they afraid, then they close in more. Once they're afraid, and close in more. But once they feel like there's a pushback, then they go back to the drawing board, and realize, say, oh no, we cannot continue shrinking in space. Because if you shrink, we'll call you out. If foreign journalists you take in camera and in phone where they're doing reports, we'll call you out. We'll not go sit down and say, look, I engage. And I don't disagree with leaders where they say, oh, no engagement. No, when there's wrong, call the wrong out clearly and you can engage later. You know, many people and say, oh, Marrah, this your approach, why not engage? Some of them are you party, I say no. Some of them are me party them. But once they occupy public spaces, they are leaders. Men and not go sit down a corner and talk sumu. If they do wrong, I would call them out in the public. And then later on, if they want to engage, we engage them as civilized beings. But we're not going to sit down a corner, people and don't know what to talk. So you go know me position out there already before we get engaged.
As it is now, waiting are some of the major issues and what you think say need for be addressed as part of public interest advocacy.
That's really brilliant. So one of the things we face, even as a society, that 30 they will not register it for more launch in November. So we know say critical groups once they want form, they would be met with boku orders. I don't say liberty is getting your own story in terms of how it's set up. So remember, an organization of over 400 lawyers where we the register entities for people every day. We enable register ourselves. Because all the places, the Corporate Affairs Directorate, we don't write letters, and they even respond. But we say, okay, let's focus, because we get an interim mandate of 3 months. We say, let's focus, let's form with first AGM. And then we invite now, we'll be non-tell members and say, let them tell we, waiting the one for, let we do. But key among waiting they don't say, now that they say, let we ensure say we do all that we can for register. And one of the things that we members they don't emphasize, now that if they not register we within a certain number of days, we members they don't give it, and not going to indicate that date say, let we take this matter all the way to the Supreme Court. So that the Supreme Court can tell me whether a group of people we come together and say one form of organization not get rights at all. Under the Constitution, we guarantee freedom of association.
So for
3 months.
Registration don't fasten.
So corporate affairs now one, but even Freetown City Council. So Freetown City Council, they even give me certificates for us. Later on, then take and say internally one panel work Monday where I think we do the process, we collecting money, not pay them, eat the money sometimes, not to any fault of on our own part. Sense if admit, then send that the people them. So then say return that certificate and then submit a new application, which we did as far back as in November. So to date 3 months on.
How you as a lawyer go they head an organization we not properly register within the systems where the law established?
So in law, you don't need for be registered for be a legal entity. For example, the ANC, when they formed in South Africa, it existed for nearly 90 plus years. If me counting correct, 80 plus years, they were never registered. It was an organization. So we get in law what they call unincorporated bodies. So I can form an organization and not register. So registration more or less now for like, if I want to do business with Mabel go and say, let's use certificates. So it's not because of the law. Now because some certain benefits in carry registration. If you want to ask for funding, first you will say, where your account? Before you open an account, you get for get certificate. But for example, if you don't want to get bank account, you don't want to get out and call them.
So how they run this organization?
We get various means. Thanks to the technical industry now, you get Orange Money. So I just get my phone and Orange Money can get up to 1 billion. So if you want to donate 500 million, you can send an Orange Money. Right? So all them means and they tell you, So democracy, when you look at from various ends, you can realize it, all the, even them digital revolution and they advance within now we right. So instead of wait say okay bank account this no the mobile money they set them up then send funds into your mobile money, right? But very importantly, one panel issues and back to Mabel in question about waiting una intend for do foremost now for ensure say people enjoy them fundamental rights na salon. This issue where Ministry of Lands go about for the broke people land them, broke people host them without a no gonna court for order would put a stop to that by way advocacy and litigation. If minister cross the line, we would come after them. If we think say anything where government do not in line with the constitution, we go call them out. If need be, we go na court. If need be, we go explore other means for let we show say with the protest against their actions and they. But more importantly, not just that, we also want to build the lawyer society into an institution, right? Where the institution they not only accountable to members them, but also accountable to the public. So in the coming days and the weeks, we'll get for release what we call a strategic plan. So in that strategic plan day, we'll get for unveil to the media after 2 years, because we tenure at 2 years, journalists can sit down and say, but the Marrah executive, una me say una they do this, una me say una they do this. One people can get the document. So at the end of the 2 years, we can look at this document and say, we do this, we do this, we do this. We don't say blackouts are an issue. But we never don't get a very strong conversation with the people who lead the blackouts and say, look up. If we not address this, one day we will take you guys to court for an answer. That people then go buy them, meter them, then go buy a unit and the meter prepaid and then not get light. Which is actually a breach of the contract where people then get with EDSA. Because once you get prepaid, the expectation is you forget light on a regular basis, if not 24 hours. So once we live in a system where people can get a unit, 5 days lights no car, we need for call them out. So all of these will be spelled out very clearly in the strategic plan. But more importantly, maybe before I end on this, now that we will also realize a social cohesion na be problem between amongst lawyers. That bonding, that fraternity been done the weekend. So what we'll do these past 2 days, we'll see members them across from all parties, from all denominations, from all religious faiths, from all regions, and come together, we dance together, we party together, we enjoy together. And then they really the fraternity, but the legal profession. And then they want for restore that lawyers and cable meet after they don't go fetch na court, they don't go all up at themselves na court. We all can meet now. We gladdy, we embrace ourselves because we get a common purpose. Because we get an organization way true to himself and true to the people of Sierra Leone. Because one way for them lost credibility as an organization, and for them you begin betray your own very ideals, and we're not prepared for do that one day.
Then we look at on our election process. And election are one of the things that we talk about democracy, where they come to play, especially in a setting like Salon. On our all elections for elect on a new executive. But this same executive will come as new executive. Now just the people who serve now the interim executive. I think now just 2 addition, deputy secretary and Charlie will come as organizing secretary. Now the difference than the we make it FIBA like say instead of election, not just coronation of the whole interim executive. Now consensus on get between ourselves?
No, I think Khadija, I think you miss a little bit. So in democracy, even if you go to the Public Elections Act of 2022, there's a provision say if they nominate one green person, and anyone getting at the ballot box, there's not going to be casting of ballots for that person. But you need to call land a coronation at the Public Elections Act and call an election. Because every other person can get opportunity for they can nominate them for a contest. Right? And as a matter of fact, what we do in York, that we go through the full process, then call 400 to 500 names them. It took nearly 2 to 3 hours for calling names them. If na coronation, you bother. For like call names, you give people in ballots. If na coronation, you no bother. Then people will call 2 to 3 hours. Them that man and that woman, Mr. Sorie and Miss Davis, and not bother. If na coronation, now that no do anything, una call put cap pound and no.
So now all gonna oppose?
No. So I've been explain the process. So they therefore go do a roll call because that's the first process. And if you juxtapose that one day with what happened in Kenema, you realize say all them processes then they not follow. So we constitution say, oh, sit down at that room, that closed session. The one the way they conduct selection, now the two most senior, male and female. When short in at the room, the two most senior then come forward. Then give them the list of people that will register. They read that list, when they read you physically, if you therefore be present, they give you the ballots. They tick your name. Right? So all them processes they will follow, they not follow them at all like Kenema. We go tell you, see, that in a part of the electoral process. So in coronation, they need to go through list. In coronation, they need to call you, you come forward, then you ballot paper, then tick you, then they call you. So we go through all of them, 400 to 500 over 2-3 hours. And then after that, they open nomination. They start first with the organizing secretary. They nominate them. They ask for other nomination. Members say organizing secretary nominate the interim. So not to like see them can't crown her now. No, you nominate the interim. They nominate them. Then allow a period of 5 minutes or 2 minutes for other nominations. No other nominations not come. Then we close the nomination. And then the returning officer say based on the fact that they're not nominated, they don't second time, and the only nominee then declare duly elected, not duly crowned or coronated, right? Duly elected. So then do that for the various. And mind you, even me and the presidency, for example, when they nominate me, they nominate 2 other persons, right? One day when they nominate, but in the, meets the qualification because if we get for be 10 years, so them get for disqualifier. The other person they nominate and second, where then now for going to elections, the person come forward and say, based on the good work with the interim executive don't do, I think say I don't consider for last step down. So once he step down, it means he left with one nominee, right? And at the end of the day, that nominee, they when I meet and declare me. Look into the assistant secretary. They nominated 3 persons, firebrand young men. Firebrand nominated, seconded, closed everything. Give them the floor. The one, give them 5 minutes for later address before election. The one addressed so eloquently, so brilliantly. The other 2 there, after they don't see the presentation there in the speech, the second one step forward and say, I don't reconsider. I think say this man not fit for this role, and I think say he will serve well with the other members of the executive. So they step down. And he step down. The third person back with them in nominate, himself can say, based on me on further consideration, I think say I want for step down and allow this first speaker. So mind you, they were all nominated, seconded, they were given the floor to address before voting.
All right.
So the voting process go all the way, and consistent with the Public Elections Act, we say now one person in a ballot, then for declare and duly elected, not duly crowned, duly elected. So we go through all the stages of the process, and me with them elect me as president, me address members them, and then me sets the tone for the administration for the next 2 years.
All right, continue for the the program. In case you just tune in, you watch the breakfast show live on Liberty TV. And this morning we get the newly elected president for the Lawyers Society Sierra Leone, when Augustine Sorie Sengbe-Marrah, who they talk about waiting be upon New York and waiting are some of him plans that we get within executive for run the Lawyers Society for the next 2 years as na that mandates they in colleague then we elect game. Continue for watch the breakfast show. They take quick break. We'll come back. We will continue for engage with studio guests when are the president for Lawyers Society.
Orange Maxit, the super app where bring comfort and control now you on. With Orange Maxit, do all your transaction and fast and safe. Whether not for send money to family, party, or workmates, this transfer quick. You want recharge? Buy top up and data in just few seconds. Get daily, weekly, and monthly package them with just one tap. Stay in control with quick balance check and instantly manage your finances well. Whether now you top up, data, or transaction history once all day in one place. If you mistake, no worry. You fit reverse them instantly. Visit the marketplace now Maxit and buy the latest in them, tickets to the biggest events them, and even play games. All this day now you on. Do all your transaction them easy. Pay merchants, pay bills, transfer money from bank to wallets, and cash out all now one app with safe. Easy. Search Maxit now Google Play and iOS App Store. Download, install, and then register with your number and password. Open Maxit and see how it is simplify your life. Download Maxit today and get comfort now your fingertips.
Orange.
Hello, Barry.
Hey, Sadie, what's up?
How are you?
Sambo, hook me up quick. Sambo, someone going to forget some football pictures then for this week. I don't check all he said them all day done. But Dabo, help me to one where am I going for Ginger and Swagger for this week?
Ask Leo.
Ask Leo? Who is Leo?
Ask Leo, Sam. I did it. No, can't go to me, Billy, no. Allow me to finish my food.
Leo will help you. Open an account, check your balance, buy airtime to pop, send money. Leo will help you locate the nearest ATM point. Leo will help ease your stress by helping you get the most fascinating fixtures. Oh yes, for our football lovers. Leo will do this and many more.
Wow!
All you need to do is save Leo to your mobile phone with the number +232 79 919 919 and get to chat with Leo on WhatsApp. Go on, try it now. You can also chat with Leo on Facebook Messenger by typing UBA Chat Banking. Leo is your virtual banker who serves you wherever you are with just one click away. It is UBA. We are your #1 bank for all the right reasons. For more inquiries, call us on +232 78 200 200 or follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at uba.sl. We are Africa's global bank.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Breakfast Show on Liberty Online Television. And at the program this morning, we look at the just concluded AGM where the Lawyer Society do, so they end up getting executive. We will come back to the president shortly, but let me just look at other issue. Also, the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, they don't declare this 2025 as the eco-tourism campaign year for Salone. And the minister, Wayne Anabela Tunis, say this campaign are for help for let them raise awareness for protect the touristic sites them where Salone gets. It talk this way, they address journalism this BNTM for Seka this year campaign when at the eco-tourism campaign. Usai Mohammed Kamara Binde and Egona Odetwi on waiting be happen there.
The Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs now one of government's ministry them na Salone, we responsible for promote the country in cultural heritage and natural resources as way for improve the country economy and social development by way for attract domestic and international visitor them through policy initiative and partnership. Inside last year, the Ministry of Tourism be introduced the Tourism for All campaign, where them be going at different parts them na the country for raise awareness about the country in culture and tradition. This BNTM, the ministry introduced the eco-tourism campaign, where go create awareness to people but how for treat the environment Wey e be dey talk, the Minister of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, Nabila Tunis, before start for talk about the Tourism for All campaign wey the ministry be organize this BNTM.
The Tourism for All campaign, we realized that it was very necessary for us to hone in on ecotourism this year, thereby, connecting conservation, connecting culture, and connecting community, because we aim to have the people at the center of our tourism activities and events. We've always spoken about having a private sector driven industry, and now we're speaking about having the people at the center and at the hem of everything we do within the tourism industry, because we believe that if we're entering into sustainable and regenerative tourism, then we definitely have to have a good chunk of our people involved. So last year was all about raising the consciousness of people, getting them to understand the value of tourism, creating partnerships across various levels. It was also about ensuring that we reach each and every nook and cranny of the country.
Madam Nabila Tunis be same way to talk about the impact where the Tourism for All campaign be bring na the country.
1.6 billion traveling Europeans and North Americans. We estimate about 168 million was spent by international tourists in Sierra Leone. We reached 3.6 million Sierra Leoneans in 16 districts. We had about 701 social media posts and 418 news and event updates. We had about approximately 1.1 million participants attending 151 Tourism for All events. 2,466 hours were volunteered by the National Tourist Board, the Monuments and Relics Commission, and the Ministry of Tourism and Cultural Affairs, and 729 school children were reached. We trained about 800 female entrepreneurs from across Sierra Leone. That was done in collaboration with Madam Woki. Delivered about 89 speeches and 51 interviews were granted by myself. We have, and we've been included, because 35 countries qualified for the visa on arrival, and 20 countries now enjoy visa-free access to Sierra Leone. 44, we got 30 scholarships for staff and some influencers attached to the ministry for an educational study tour to China to improve on our standards. And we established over about 50 partnerships were established during the course of last year. We also launched our 10-year National Tourism Strategic Plan. We commissioned 4 new tourism facilities, and there are a couple of lots of other things that we did.
Within the eco-tourism campaign, aim for address na the tourism sector na the country. Now this Nabila Tunis be get for say.
So this year, it's going to be a year-long program, and it's definitely going to encompass a wide range of events, initiatives, and we're seeking a lot of partnerships, because what we tested last year was to establish partnerships with a wide range of service providers that are also related to the tourism and culture industry. So this year we're taking that up a notch. We're going to be targeting, market-driven product development activities. We first of all had what we called an evening of collaboration with the private sector. We've had the first session, and we're going to have the second session tomorrow. We're going to have the third session either later on this month or early in March, because we do believe that we can add some value, and they can also add value to what we're doing by ramping up the promotion of our touristic sites in collaboration with some of these market-driven entities. We're also, our overarching goal for 2025 as well, the year of ecotourism, is to ensure that we secure partnerships and community involvement, further, partnerships, community involvement, and development assistance, which is really required, for the tourism sector to tangibly improve on people's lives and protect the ecosystem, which we all depend on. We'll also ensure that this is done through a participatory and inclusive approach. You've heard us say that the people will be at the center and the hem of all our interventions, and we will ensure that we put environmental, cultural, and social sustainability at the heart of the tourism development, which would inadvertently support the achievement of the SDGs.
Nabila Tunis end up say the Ministry of Tourism will continue for work with other partner them
for ensure they improve the country in tourism sector, where that go contribute to the country economy. For Liberty Online TV, me and Mohamed Kamara, the report.
All right, we continue the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. And this one will still get the president for the Lawyer Society Sierra Leone, where they give we waiting and waiting be happen at the just concluded AGM, where they be all New York. Could they look at messages now where people don't send? The first one where I go read, they come out from Mohamed Kamara on Facebook. He say, congratulations, Mr. Marrah and team. You are a true blessing to Mama Salone for speaking to power. May God Almighty guide and protect you in all your endeavors.
So now I go look at the very first message from the YouTube channel. International observers say, Marrah, I hope many of these new organizations don't end up taking sides and be unproductive with political divides Sierra Leone has suffered from. My stated intentions are clearly appreciated.
Mustafa Bangura, they say, hi Liberty TV, please ask President Marrah about their society's role in evaluating the ethical standards of lawyers in the country.
This other one from Ronald Georgestone, they say both the APC and SLPP has never been government that listen to the electorate, nor law institutions. This current regime has no intentions of following suit, otherwise they would be present.
Alim Idris Sisse, na Facebook, they say, Lawyer Augustine, how can the Lawyer Society help to usher good governance, free and fair electioneering processes, and a society where justice is not for the rich? 2. Has there been any sit-down with the main Bar Association or the Attorney General and Minister of Justice to resolve all the issues from the AGM in Kenema?
This all again from Ronald. They say, young man, no one doubts your integrity in due diligence. However, looking at the fiasco in Kenema, there should be a clear sign of APC and SLPP affiliation, even though you have the right to belong to a party.
Yusuf Mosire Suman on Facebook, they say, Mr. Marrah, what's new about the Lawyer Society? What is the public expectation from the Lawyer Society?
This other one said the Law Society is a de facto of a breakaway faction of the Bar Association. Isn't it the case?
Mohamed Alhaji Koma, they say, if Mr. Marrah is speaking of Bar Association as political, what will he say about his vice, who is a member of the APC, who I wish he would have fight alone, but most of the members of the Lawyer Society are members of the APC.
This other message said the breaking of the Bar Association shows how fractured institutions have become. Shouldn't these lawyers unite in holding all and sundry to the law?
For the Mustafa Toure, they say the past Bar Association of Mrs. Swallow did not have any position on the numerous constitutional issues and the elections. And in fact, they said the elections were free and fair. The government simply wants a bar that they can control and be on their side at all times. Only Basita's administration took strong position on constitutional issues, and her successor is now the legal representative of the government. This is how government wants it.
This other message from Abdullah B. Lukule, they say, I have concerns regarding the Lawyer Society of Sierra Leone, primarily related to potential bias and possible influence from opposition parties. Furthermore, broadcasting messages to the public via radio and television is straightforward, but implementation presents significant greater challenges.
All right, many messages. This one, they say, I could listen to this patriot all day long, a breath of fresh air that I hope is not gobbled up by the dysfunctional party establishment, either red, green, or rainbow, back and front.
The final one we go look at, because of time, Mohammed Ramadan Icon Tishombi say the current Law Society is made up of opposition. Even the president of the society is part of the APC.
All right, Kabaman Saye, a your message will be my last one for now. It say they have politicized all the trusted institutions. These same differences is now happening in the security forces. APC police, SLPP police, and now red and green lawyers, confused generation. Well, from their messages then they come to Mr. Marrah for respond.
Thank you very much.
Khadija and Mabel, I think, say for me, the general sentiment about the message here, now exactly why make the Lawyers Society was formed. Because I think, say, for far too long, most of we were be done, most of we were neutral politically. We've been afraid, beaucoup labels. As in, once you team up with other people who are already members of political parties, even though them people they also believe in certain ideals, you know, one for the label on our own. But you alone cannot fight. So in other person will say, oh, how I wish he would have fought alone. But you alone cannot fight. You need people. So what we do for the Lawyer Society, now that we insulate the society from any political capture, right? So even though all members get rights for belong to any political party of their choice, but we constitution clear that now only members them we not get any executive positions at political parties can deny the executive, and that is what we have done. Because we no one let the Lawyer Society end up like other institutions where they don't capture. We don't talk a lot about state capture, right? Somebody will say, oh, I hope say the Law Society not going to end up like other organizations. We not go, because what we do now the constitution, we they out in public, now that we don't set certain safeguards. Somebody also talk about ethical standards for lawyers. In fact, now we constitution get what we call integrity committee. And that integrity committee get for develop what we call integrity code for lawyers. How we behave, how we talk, how we dress, how we conduct ourselves. Because we know say sometimes some aspects of we decadence also get for do with professional conduct. How you deal with clients money, clients and case them, etc., etc. So we also big on ethical standards. Now that make we don't kind introduce what to call integrity committee. We'll get for form what you call integrity code. So if you flout them code, then the committee can assess you and make recommendation for suspension, for expulsion, etc., etc. What's new? What's new? Now exactly what you missing in our society. What you missing in our society now that we not get beaucoup groups them. Not to like say the human tendencies here for let politicians and get and then manipulate the law na salon no more. They're all over the world. Why make politicians and in some parts of the world not they succeed? Now the fact that they get institutions them where ki able come together and speak up. For example, remember what happened with Lara Taylor Pierce, where the tribunal found them guilty, but professional bodies we belong to say no, we don't assess, and then she was fine. She complied every step of the way. Imagine, as at that time, if you get 10 strong institutions for come out and say, we believe that she did no wrong, then weight of their organization and they can push government for let them back out of that path there. But because you just get fewer institutions, they're all not going to work. So the Lawyer Society, we know say people and they look up to lawyers, waiting lawyers they don't say. We want to be a voice. We other people and they stand up, they can always lean on us. Say, would they go to the Lawyer Society? We know say this issue, once them pick them up, they would fight with us, they would stand up with us, and also with democracy. Or the one that we want for pull with democracy go realize, say, no, I can't do anything anymore, anyhow. Because now the Lawyer Society go call me out, go file papers against me, and then go use other effective means for make sure say I back out. And also, but people don't talk about breakaway faction. That's not true. We don't say we are members of the Bar Association also. The Bar Association get matter at court. Nothing no wrong in with democracy for like get up to 10 organizations. Nothing no wrong. And the fact that we don't commit, say, once the Bar Association in your own crisis is sorted, we go work with them as a sister organization. We go work with them. We go advance the democracy with them. And then we all go work together for play that we watchdog role. But as things stand now, because we get crisis and we didn't have court, remember they don't say the one the way they lead the Bar Association cannot be recognized because they were not voted.
Once the crisis is sorted, voting take place, we get leaders that will vote for, we go support them, and we all go collaborate. So it's not a breakaway faction, it's not an opposition group, right? Like I don't say numerous times, me not a member of any political party. And I know beaucoup members that we attend, we're not in any political party. But that's being said, we have said if you're in a political party, no means say you can't be a member. You only mean say, if you're an executive member in a political party, you not for take a role, a leadership role in the lawyer society. Because no one is situation where politicians themselves go can capture this lawyer society for their own purpose.
The theme we wanna choose the role of lawyers in democratic governance. Waiting on a membership learn from this theme we make una choose them.
Absolutely. So essentially, the message we want for saying that lawyers them we get a critical role because most politicians they rely on lawyers and for interpret the laws for them. Whether one they want for pull them or one for break them, then they go to a lawyer. Say interpret this for me, write opinion for me. What do you think about this? We all role not to only for look out for what we client want, and for look out for waiting with democracy and deserve. For democracy deserve accountability, you can tell your clients as a politician, say, no, this for the sake of accountability, not do one so. For the sake of transparency, do one so. So all of that, so we roll now for ensure, say, we watch, waiting the executive arm of government they do, we compliment them if they do right, we support them in their requests we support, but also we call them out when they flout their standards and they. But in addition to that, not just calling them out, but ensuring, say, that we mean well, we mean business by taking a step further for, say, oh, if you not do this, if you not reverse this action, we go file papers against you. Few days ago, I think President Trump goes some side, there's some governors there, and then he talks something, and one governor says, see you in court, right before in face. And then at the end of the day, he say now, oh, well, we meet in court. So that in a democracy, if we're able to tell leaders and say, if you do this, you would meet us in court.
In conclusion, Augustine, waiting go be words of assurance to people with a high expectation of you and your executive. Waiting really in the next 2 years, therefore expect, say, this now we key delivery mandates, despite any resistance we face, but must deliver some of the aspects there so of we strategic plan we see on the pool soon.
Thank you. Khadija, me another assure me members and say I go build secretariat because forget cement and block now, you know, easy san. So I'm not sure. I just assure me members say with me team, anytime we get governance issue, when I not go call lawyer society, we afraid for come forward. If this country is in crisis, una believe you me, now we promise say the first person we go talk, go be lawyer society. If government do wrong, the first person we go call government out, go be lawyer society. We'll be trustworthy, we go be honest, or we go be dedicated and committed to the ideals we don't set for ourselves. So that assurance is, say for the next 2 years, whenever we get a crisis, una be assured that the lawyer society will stand only on the side of the people of Sierra Leone. We will call things by their names and we'll be very, very clear about wrongs. You know, go read me press statement, begin one that say, what in the world they say? We'll be very clear. If it is a wrong, we'll call it a wrong. If one like government reversal, we'll call them out very, very clearly. Now that assurance, because at the end of the 2 years in the mandate, I want the people of Sierra Leone member say the lawyer society now. We need a member as Kenema. The member are now as an institution where you can depend on. Sadly, we not get beaucoup of the institution in there. Where the war done, we get beaucoup of institutions that we show up, we spring up, where people depend on, but over time, they don't erode them values in there. Now that make, I was very intentional. So the very first place where they go, where I know say they don't pull then standards and they in the media work, now liberty. So that's why I'm here. And my commitment to liberty, my commitment to freedom, my commitment to democracy, and my commitment to good governance will continue to be unshaken. And the people of Sierra Leone should be assured that throughout my tenure as president of the Lawyer Society, would always speak on the side of the people, would always resist bad governance. We go call them out, we go file papers when need arise, and would ensure that constitutional decorum returns to Sierra Leone.
All right, many thanks, Augustine Sorie Sengbe-Marrah, the newly elected president for Lawyer Society Sierra Leone, for where you come na Liberty this morning and can talk about your plans and waiting you say una go able for do within the 2-year space where your colleague they don't give you for head the executive where they run the day-to-day affairs of the society. Thank you very much for joining me this morning.
Thank you, Khadija and Mabel. Thank you.
All right, well, now they end the program for today. Princess Pierce, I produced the program. Musa Saukoma, and the technician for this episode of The Breakfast Show. Continue to watch Liberty TV throughout the day as we get different contents them where they bring Kanto. Now, Mina Khadija Bangura, they say have a nice day.
All right, until we meet again, Mabel Kabade say get a good day and goodbye.